Hi everyone. I'm sorry about that. That button is not easily found. Okay, can you see me and hear me? Say hello if you can. Say hello if you see me. Yeah. Okay. They hide that button, y'all. They hide it. I promise. I looked for that everywhere. Okay. Yay. Welcome. I'm so glad you are all here for tea with me. So, what? It's hard to see? Is the light bad? Yay. Okay, good. All right. Whew. I've been working on that for like 20 minutes trying to get it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the button is hard to find. Yeah. Okay, so at least we're here. Okay, I'm going to pour myself some tea. All right, and you guys type in the comments what you're drinking. Whatever you're drinking is fine. I happen to have green pomegranate tea on my warmer. Ah, and my beautiful cup. That's one thing you may or may not know about me. I collect teacups. So, root beer. Yay. My daughter loves root beer. Hi. Rafi and Clear here. Ev is here. Sarah's here. Jennifer's here. Yay. You really want some coffee? Jennifer, if you drink coffee this late in the evening, do you have trouble going to sleep? Hi, Ellen. Earl Grey, hot, right? Yeah. Yellow juice, good. Mexican Coca-Cola. Cass, good to see you guys. Yay. I have a few other people. Yeah, you amazing creatives and questers. I've decided that all the people who follow me and get on my website are questers, as in we're going on a quest, but it also has my name on it, in it, Esther Quester. Hi, Thomas. Yorkshire Gold. All right, Ev. Oh, you're naturally a night owl, Jennifer? Good. Okay. Sarah never sleeps. All right. Here we go. And cheers. We are on an expedition tonight. So, hey, Bead Mim. Do we call you Mim or what do your friends call you? I think you had 3 names on your own live the other night. All right. So we're going to start with the question that was asked if I would share some of my artistic journey. And I'm hoping that you guys would share your artistic journey too. Before we do, help me out though. I know where my tablet camera is. It's right there. And if I look at that, does it feel to you like I'm looking at you? Or is it better if I'm actually looking at the image, which I'm doing right now? So here's me on the image. Here's me looking at the camera. Which is better for you? I poked you in the eye. Cass, you're cooking at the same time. Okay, look at the image. Thank you, Ellen. That's very helpful. Good. Because it's different on Zoom. Uh, Jennifer, double check because on Zoom, I have to look at the camera, but on here, everybody's saying I need to look at the image to make eye contact. Oh, they both work? Awesome. Super. Ev says they both work, so I shall quit worrying about it. Awesome. All right. Well, let's get started with my story if y'all are ready. Both. Okay, Rafi and Clee say both works either way. Awesome. So I'm going to go only like I'm not going to go to the fact that I was born naked. I'm not going to go back that far. Okay. Right now we can talk about earlier stuff and once I get through, but I'm just going to go back to like 2013 and I'll give you just a little bit of backstory. I know being born naked is scandalous, right? It's a nice curse too. If you ever need to curse someone, say, "May all your children be born naked." Ev was born with a hat on, huh? All right, so we're going to go back to 2013, and in 2007, I went back to school to finish my degree, and I had to take a science course. So I signed up for Astronomy 101, and I fell in love with stargazing. And so I bought a telescope. In fact, if you look right back here, see if I can turn that, yeah, right back here, you can kind of see part of one of my telescopes. I have two. And bought a telescope and began just doing a lot of stargazing. I love stargazing. But I'm single. And so once school was over and I wasn't doing it with a lot of friends, and, you know, the family were like, take one look and they were done. And so with the weather patterns out here and me being a teacher and also not a night owl at all, that was it was actually a very rare thing. But while I was still doing it, I got interested in sketching what I was seeing through the telescope. It's a thing. I didn't know that, but people who do a lot of stargazing and who are amateur astronomers actually sketch what they see through the eyepiece a lot. So that sent me on a quest to find materials that would then replicate what I would see through the eyepiece the best. And honestly, a lot of it is black and white, right? It's just fuzzy stuff. In fact, I might even have an example of that right here. Let me pull it out and see. So I was looking for something that would be, oh, perfect. Yes. Okay, here's one. Okay, let's see if I can get it close enough so you can see. So that's an example of what I was trying to sketch. And you can see right here, there's like a fuzzy galaxy thing. So I was looking for the right kind of materials to do that. And I stumbled on pastels. In fact, I stumbled on pan pastels first. Do y'all know what those are? They're not the ones that come in the stick. They come in the little, they look like makeup. And so, so once I saw those pan pastels and all that gorgeous, delicious colors lined up in those little pans, I was gone. I was completely gone. And it wasn't the very first thing that I've just looked at and said, you know what, I want to learn how to do that. But it's the current thing, I guess. So I fell in love with the colors and I started experimenting. And at about the same time, okay, here's where the library comes in. I was homeschool mom, so I homeschooled my kids. We spent a lot of time at the library. And at our library, there was a book, and I probably would recognize the name of the author, and artist now, but back then I didn't have enough knowledge to worry about it. But it was just pretty. The pictures in it were all pastels. It was like, a coffee table book or whatever. And I checked that thing up more than once and just looked at it. And I did read some of the process. Yay, Jennifer, you're a homeschool mom too. Yay. So I looked through that book and finally, and this is a story I'll tell in a little bit, but finally I looked at that and I went, you know what? I wouldn't have to learn how to draw to do that. It's just big smudges of color everywhere, and it makes it look like things. And that's my simplistic thinking. And so when I finally stumbled on those pastels, along with looking at that book, I was like, I'm in. So I started slowly but surely purchasing pastels and secretly painting. I didn't tell anyone I was painting. What's your art? The smudges that look like something, is that what you mean? Yes. You just have to smudge it on there and it looks like something. I loved that part. So, yeah, and I started painting. Yeah. And I started painting, like I said, in secret. I did not tell my parents. They live right across the street from me. And I'm an old woman, okay, when I'm doing this, right? Oh, okay, Sarah, run out, take the dog out quick. Don't get the mess in the house. Um, so I didn't tell them I was doing it. I didn't know how they would feel about it. But once I have finally got a couple of paintings that kind of sort of looked like something, I went over and showed them. And ever since then, they've been amazingly supportive, amazingly supportive. In fact, both of them have a painting of mine in their house. Dad just right out asked for it. Mom was going to pay for hers, and I was like, no. so, so that's the short version from 2013 to now. So I've been painting, really painting for about 2015. I know. And they're not that high five for my parents, y'all. They're not that kind of people either. That's why I kept it a secret. They're very supportive people, but not if they don't think it's important. Does that make sense? And they're depression babies. So I figured they'd be like, why are you wasting your money on that? So yeah, high five to my parents. So that was awesome. Any questions? It really is. I have awesome parents. And y'all, my dad is almost 92. He'll be 92 in October. My mom is 87. She'll be 88 in December. My mom has lung cancer, not from smoking. And my dad has big heart problems. And they're still alive and just doing their thing. Painting in pastels, Ev says, is that what you still are working on now? Same path, or has it changed since the beginning? The only change, Ev, is that last collection that I did. I thought it would be small and cute. Yeah, that's a great question. And maybe a way for some people who want some of my pieces to be able to buy them. Cass, it is wonderful to have somebody who's supportive, your dad to be supportive, right? So, yes, I still love pastels. I don't think that will ever change. I did have a lot of fun doing the watercolor and ink. But that kind of brings me back, Ev, great question, to the story I told you. Oh, I do, Thomas. Absolutely. Yay, Mario. Um, Cass's dad. Yay. So that brings me to the story that actually is like, we're going to go way back in ancient history to when I was a kid. I was probably a preteen. I'm very bad at remembering stuff. But the reason, probably the reason, or probably part of the reason that I went into music first is because I was that like that? We're not talking about how far away it was, okay? We're not talking about how long ago it was. But it was a really, really, really long time. Back when you could still spank in school, okay? It was that long ago. So, I wanted to learn to draw. My mom had bought me a scrapbook, and the very first thing I put in it was a drawing of my mom that I did. And when I looked at the drawing, I was like, that doesn't look like my mom. So I wanted to learn to draw. And so my mom put me in a summer art class. And I went to the art class, but it wasn't a drawing class. It was just an art class. And the very first thing that the teacher did was hand out little canvases, little, like, I don't know, it was probably 4x5 or 6x8 little, they weren't panels, they were actually canvases. But and the first thing she said was, okay, now everybody draw something on your canvas so we can get to painting. And I was like, well, first of all, I don't know how to draw. That's a problem. And the teacher looked over and I wasn't drawing. She was like, come on, get going, get to drawing so that we can get to painting. And I was like, I don't know what to draw. And she said, just anything you like. I was like, no, you don't understand. I don't know how to draw what I want. So eventually she got a little frustrated with me and she walked over and she drew me a teddy bear on it and said, okay. I don't remember any of the rest of that class because my thought process at that point, it wasn't the teacher's fault. Okay. So don't go blaming the teacher. As a teacher, I say don't blame the teacher. But here's my thought process. All the other kids are drawing. They're ready to paint. I'm not drawing. The teacher doesn't know how to teach me to draw. So that must be something everybody is born with except me. I don't know how to draw automatically. I don't naturally know how to draw. So I must not be an artist and I must not be able to learn to draw. So I just put it out of my mind. Oh, I did some paint by number stuff, but and then I was allergic to the terps because back then you still use terps. That's how old it was. But that's just how long something like that can stick with you. And now I can draw. I can't draw everything. I'm still working on faces. Yeah, so if you're a kid and you're sitting there thinking, you can come up with that. Oh, the other kids know how. The teacher doesn't know how to teach me to draw, so they must have it and I don't. So, yeah. So then I ended up a musician instead for so many years. And I love my music, don't get me wrong. Faces are hard. Yes, they are. So 2013 up until now, I'm just now trying faces. Yeah, Clee, I love that it motivated you to draw. I was motivated to sing because I was told I was a weak singer in school. Yeah, Clee, and sadly, as a music teacher, I would never tell you that. I would say something like, "I can help you with that," right? Ev, what do I play? A lot of people ask me, what do I not play? Here's what I don't play. I don't play brass. No trumpets, cornets, trombones. I play woodwinds. Oh, I don't play strings either. I don't do violins and stuff like that, although I did take a short course in it. But my main instrument is my voice. I'm actually a vocalist. And then I also play the piano and the flute. I know, right? Okay, that makes me want to show y'all, and I'll post it up on Discord, but I painted a painting here a while back, and it wasn't what I wanted, but I haven't redone it yet because what it is something. I think it has a special character to it, Rafi. He said, I want to draw faces like a kid. I love the distorted and childlike perspective. It is so awesome. True. I agree. I'm going to show y'all a piece because I need to know what to do with it, whether to throw it in the redo pile or to love it some more. So, okay, somebody tell me about your adventure. You haven't done it in a long time. Jennifer says she plays the flute. She hasn't done it in a long time though. That happened to me too. Like I raised my kids and everything, and it was only after my husband was killed that I started kind of branching out and stuff like that. And I went back and bought a student flute, started piddling around on it a little bit, finally started taking lessons, and then yeah, I got better and better. It was really fun. So yeah, Clee says I wanted to play the French horn, but my mom put me in choir because the vocal cords are less expensive than a brass instrument. Not only that, Clee, but you've always got them with you, so there's no like, oh, I left my horn at school and I can't practice, right? So I teach voice, I teach piano. I used to teach some flute. That's kind of, I guess there's not a lot of people wanting flute lessons. I know that's funny. You can still learn the French horn, Clee. You just need to get a French horn. Go buy a student one. They're cheap in every way. So somebody else tell us a story. Clarinet. Look, we have a band, y'all. We're not only artists, but we have a band. I'm sorry, Clee, but I'm glad you rebelled. She said my mom made fun of my singing when I was young, which is why singing is such a big deal for me. And you do it well too. trombone, piano, and guitar, guys. Our campfire is going to be so awesome. Oh, that was Rafi that your mom made fun of your singing. Okay. I'm sorry, Rafi. I'm glad you sing now. Ellen started on clarinet, but changed to the drum line in high school. So I have a story about that, Ellen. When I started in high school and I was a flutist in the band, if you're a band kid, yeah, band geeks, we're all band geeks, yay. So you know how band directors are really influential in the band and people get really attached to them, right? So we had this really great conductor, band director, and he, helped the band win a lot of awards and stuff, and then he left. And after that, Sarah, he took the dog out. Did you get some mosquito bites? I'm sorry. Oh, Lee, you had stage fright. I have to work with my kids with that. Yeah, with my students. I have stage fright too. It never goes away. What artist was it? That's what actor? It was an actor, a famous actor, and he's still to this day or till the day he died, he threw up behind stage every time before he went on stage. It never goes away. You just do the thing. His knees gave out. You have to sit down to play, Rafi. Trumpet, Mario, hi. Oh my gosh, that's really interesting. Mario says he knows how to play several brass instruments, but his favorite is the trumpet. Knowing how to read and write music helped me learn how to write computer code. Yay! Wow. I can see how that would make the transition, Mario. Jim Morrison couldn't look at the audience. Yeah, you just have to keep on going. But I'm sorry that happened though. It's always embarrassing when you cry in front of people. Our campfire is going to be awesome. Everybody bring your instruments when we finally have it, okay? So back to my band story. So we lost our director, and then the next director wasn't so good. And people started dropping band right and left. But I loved music and I didn't care about the director. And so one day, hardly anybody showed up for a parade. And we had plenty of flutists that showed up, but not a bass drummer. So I ended up playing the bass drum instead of the flute for the parade. Cass, I'm not good at strings either. I worked on viola for a while. You know, if you're a music major, they make you take classes in almost everything. And so I did have that, and it was fun, but I never followed up on it. My teacup picture, Sarah, I have 2 of these. One of them sold. Let me see if it's this one. Nope. So I have this one. It's the purple version. These are all my own collected teacups. And I'm sorry about the shine. I just took them out and set them outside on a blanket, took pictures, and then went inside and painted them in the studio. This one turned into real purple, which is one of my favorite colors. Important trivia. Oh, that's great, ma'am. She needed to get out of Spanish 3 class and she ended up playing strings instead. So, yeah, and the other one, I did a second one of the teacups, and it has more of a kind of a blue green. Oh, wow, that's a long story. Okay, so back right after my husband was killed, and I was a homeschooling mom of 4 small children, I had the opportunity for us to go to a family camp. Oh, and this is what got me started collecting teacups, in case anybody missed that in the chat. And at the family camp, one of the things that they did for the single moms, it was a single moms family camp. One of the things they did was they got a bunch of teenagers to watch the kids for us, and they had a tea party for us. And they had gotten all these fancy teacup. Hi, Kelly. Manufacturers to give them free ones to give to us. So I went to that 2 summers in a row, and yeah, 2. And I got these. This is one of the ones that I got. I'm going to turn it around. They always got the really most beautiful ones. And then we get to go home with them. And that's kind of what started me on collecting the teacups. It had a lot of meaning to it because of that family camp. My favorite tea, I have so many, but I think my super favorite is Earl Grey with lavender. I love Earl Grey plain, but Earl Grey with lavender. So teacups. I'm gonna need another way. I found a place on Etsy to buy them, so now that's bad. I have a lot more now. Ginger. I love ginger. Well, I haven't mixed ginger and peppermint though, Clee. I'll have to try that. Ma'am, really? You collect them too? You have one almost identical? That is so cool. Someday we'll have to do, a show off our teacups thing, because yes, Lee, you have to try the Earl Grey with lavender. Like, it's just one bump up, and you can't go much higher with Earl Grey, right? Earl Grey's the top, and then bump it up. You love rose tea. Thomas, I would love rose tea too. I love the smell of it, but it makes my nose itch, so I can't. Thomas, rose hips or rose? Because that's different. Because rose hips I can drink. That's a tart one. Ev, what is my favorite genre of music? Yes, I have opinions and preferences, but they're extremely eclectic. I like everything from some rap all the way back to medieval Gregorian chant, and much, much mixed in between. Currently, my favorite, because it's part of my job, is children's music. Sarah, it's a pastel, definitely. Chamomile makes me sleepy. It's rose, not rose hips. Okay, yeah. So I can't drink the rose, but I can the rose hips. Yeah, eclectic music taste. So whenever I play, what type of pastels, Kelly? Every kind. I bought I bought a whole bunch of the pan pastels at first, and I used them exclusively, and I was very loyal to them until I finally got some Terry Ludwig stick pastels, and then I was sold on sticks, and my pans rest lonely in their box now, and I switched over to stick pastels. I hardly ever use the pans anymore. So, and I have several brands of the stick pastels. So, okay, Ev's given us some great tea information. A terrific little shop called Duncan's Mills on the Russian River. They hand blend teas from all over the world, and he highly recommends them. So, Mim, do you apply pan pastels with a brush? No, but they have special applicators. The applicators look uh, a lot like makeup sponges, and that's what puts them makes them go on really good. And you can get the little special applicators that are on sticks. They look a lot like why can't I come up with it? Palette knives, but really small, and then there's a little sponge you put on them. So, oh, awesome, Ev. They ship anywhere, and they're a little family. That's awesome. Yeah, your pastels or anything on sale? True. I did start out with some, pretty cheap ones, and they're still in my collection. They're actually good for some things. And I'll pull them out when I need a hard pastel to skim over something or blend something, Rafi. You're right. Yeah, palette sponge. Yes, exactly. That's what you use to put those on, exactly. So they're really fun. One of the things I do like about them is how swashbuckling it is to put them on. Swash, swash, swash. But they can be a bit difficult to get detail with. They're super fine too. So sometimes getting a nice thick coverage is difficult. Jennifer, I collect unsold paintings too. Do you want me to show you my collection? Like I have a sling in there that has it's this thick full of unsold paintings. Do I make that sound? Shoop, shoop, shoop. Listen, that's one of the reasons, Clee, that I love pastels. It's swashbuckling. Every time you put on a pastel, it goes shoop, shoop, shoop. Yes, ma'am. I know you're Jen's mom. Yeah, because I was there watching your live the other day. Your jewelry is gorgeous, and I can tell you put a lot of work into it. Absolutely make that sound. And I also call it swashbuckling because I think that that's cool. Okay. Yes, you can mix different types of pastels, except for not oil and soft pastels. So different brands of soft pastels you can mix, but you can't mix oil and soft. You either have to stay with oil or have to stay with soft. The sound effects are half the point, Clee. It's like kung fu movies, exactly. Jennifer, please look at my, you want to see me work, please look at my YouTube channel. I have a ton of tutorials and just paint-alongs and just watch me paint things on there. Yes! I can just see you dressed up in pirate clothes, jamming to rap on the tunes and swashbuckling away. Ev, yes, I have to make that picture now, right? I actually have, let's see, I have an awesome costume. I would need an awesome hat. I can borrow a sword somewhere. Which kind of pastels do I prefer, Kelly? Soft. Yeah, you know, oil pastels, there's not a lot of people that I know that do well with oil pastels. That is so cool. Mim says, I love the watercolor cards you made. I'm interested in learning how to paint with watercolor. Mim, do yourself a favor and get into it really cheap by getting one of those fan pans. That's what I did all of that with. And it's $20 for that little fan. You get like 32 colors or something like that. And they're pretty nice. They give you some really good colors. So if you want to get into some watercolor, go ahead and get you one of those. And then you use those water brushes and then just play. He only trusts people that make sound effects. Okay, good. He'll like me. I make sound effects. Oh, thanks, Deanne. That's very helpful to know. Because I don't get a lot of feedback on those videos yet. And so I don't know whether I'm helping people or they're just bored out of their minds or whatever. So I'm glad you watched it and I'm glad it's very helpful. Ma'am, the key to getting the courage is to remind yourself you're just playing. You got to channel your third grader. Oh, Jennifer, me too. Like I have to have the music on. If I have the music on and I'm dancing while I paint, it's probably going to be a good painting. Not always. I just had a recent one that, and I was dancing, but yeah, that's a really popular one. And I have even more information, the video on the framing. Yeah. So you can frame right to the glass. You just need to seal it. And there's a lot of pro pastelists who frame right to the glass. A 4-drawer wooden box Kelly had filled with pastel that was given to me, and now I have someone to watch and learn from. Yes, yes, and ask me questions, Kelly, because I'll make you videos, okay? Ask me what you need to know. Everything. Okay. Start with paper. You need sanded paper. Wow, I can't believe we've been going almost an hour, y'all. And it's all my peeps here, even though I advertise this everywhere. Jennifer, if you look at my website, you'll see that it's mostly florals. My favorite subject matter tends to be florals. but I like animals too. In fact, really, I kind of like, I'm doing pretty much everything now. Landscapes and that I don't know if you saw that beach painting that I just did. Ellen, no, you never go through them all. I have tons that just sit there and they still got their square edges on them, right? But I've got others I need to invest in more. Ma'am, I love florals. You know why? It's so cool. And you put the stick sideways on that sandpaper and you go, psh, and there's a petal. It's magic. I know it goes by really fast, y'all. We are family. I just want to add to my family, our family. I told you I'm a sound effect person. Swashbuckling, right? Sarah, my tutorials are right here on my YouTube channel. You're following me, right? So just go to my videos and go through them. Oh my goodness, Mario. Wow, you're gonna start tattooing on skin for the first time, Cass is, and you're what are you getting, Mario? What's your image gonna be? That's awesome. Excedrin before, right, Ev? I have a daughter who likes to get tattoos to troll me. She knows how I was raised, and she knows that I can't help. Hey, Jessica. No, you're in on the last 8 minutes of it. Absolutely before. So yeah, and I'm sorry, you guys. I really don't have anything against tattoos, but I cannot help my cultural response. It's ingrained, and so she'll show me her new tattoo, and inevitably I'm gonna go, and then, and then I try to like cover it up and say, "Oh, that's really cool." Jennifer, why eat first? Excedrin and why eat first? Jessica. Yeah, my mom feels the same way too. I don't know how long my daughter hid her tattoos from my mom, who was a person who instilled that cultural response in me. Aw, that's so cool. Better not to know. You guys are, oh, really? Jennifer, blood sugar levels drop during a tattoo. Huh. That is so cool, Mario. That is so awesome. If y'all are wondering what I'm doing, I had a sticker in my foot, and so now I'm taking my socks off. So we're at a tea party, and I'm barefoot now. That is a perfect first tattoo, Ev. Okay, I have one more question. Yeah, we have tea. I collect teacups, Jessica. You'll have to watch the replay and you'll find out about that. I have one more question. Paybacks, Cass. Paybacks. Oh, that's cool. You both got a dragonfly. So here's my question. I want to do this like more often, maybe as much as once a week, but at least once a month. And here's my question. Do I call it tea with me or tea with Esther? Now, Rafi's idea was tea with Esther, and that will help my branding because I'm Esther L. Jones. That's my branding. But I felt like it was a little bit less like a diva to say tea with me. Okay, Rafi's going with tea with Esther. A little tequila. Don't put it on the tattoo, Mario. It will not be painless. Tea with Esther. Okay. I am a diva. I can't help it, Deanne. I'm a performer. I sing on stage. I do theater. I used to do theater. I can't help it. Use my name. Okay. That's the vote from the fam. That's what we'll do. Tea with Esther and tequila. It shall be. It shall be. Thanks, fam. All right. Embrace it. I might as well. It's not going to go away. All right. So now I have a new idea. I've got to go dress up like a pirate and pull from the jug. I got to go dress up like a pirate and do swashbuckling sounds with my pastels and take a picture of that. All right, guys. It's been so fun. It's been so fun. Let's do it again soon and invite all your friends, okay? Why is the rum always gone? Okay. Thanks, y'all, for being here. It's been fun. I love you all. I was going to finish with my tagline. Here's what you need to do. Are you ready, questers? Here's your quest. You're going to look for the music. You're going to listen for the colors, and you are going to awaken the wonder. Let's go. Night.